Yes, you were going to say something?
I was going to say, I think, unless I dreamt it or it's one of the other splinters, but it seems to me I saw like a steam buggy, no horse pulling it. And it was just,
Chug, 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 chug.
yeah, chugging down the road with all this steam coming out, and then it would die
Yep.
and just sit there. Yep.
Then the horse-drawn carriage will go right past it, keep on going.
Yep. Or somebody bring a horse along, hook it up to the buggy. And, yeah.
That's the cat snoring.
I didn't know cats snore.
This one does. It is so funny.
It is hilarious.
He's a fun kitty.
It's so cute. Oh.
Yeah, we love him dearly. Being a splinter, can you see the energies of other beings on this earth?
Oh. Sometimes if I'm looking,
Okay.
I don't usually look.
Okay, I was just curious. Sometimes people do, entities do all the time. Other times they just don't pay attention.
Well, I haven't been out to talk with anybody like this in ever. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't recall doing it, or I mean, if I see energies, it's other people where I am,
Right.
other splinters or other beings where I am. But being here, I'm not really seeing energies.
Okay. Yeah, that's part of the discussion Sarah and I had a little earlier, that the people she's probably bringing through are ones that haven't been here on this plane before, or in a long time.
Or a very long time, you said.
Yeah, because if you were alive in the mid-'80s, 1880s, that was 170 years ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm glad you got to experience that.
Oh my goodness. It is so adorable.
It is.
Okay, I just got an answer to that. I'm not seeing energies, but I can sense them.
Oh, okay.
Because that plus my ears hearing his snores. I could hone in on where he was.
So what do you see? What do you sense, the energy?
How can I explain that? It's just there. And it's different. His is different from yours.
Right.
Different from hers, and different from the table, and different from the surrounding area, which I don't understand a lot of it.
It's modern stuff, so.
Is he gonna live?
He does. He'll wake himself up in a few moments and turn over.
Oh my gosh.
And we thought I was a bad snoring one. See, I think he's done now.
No.
So.
Oh, that's hysterical.
It is. So now you got something. Now you learned something new today, huh?
Yeah, cats snore. I guess I never really was around them as a kid,
And they're fun.
enough to hear that. They were usually just, I mean, they didn't
You didn't see
live
him.
in the house.
Yeah, you didn't see him sleeping.
No, if they were sleeping, they were somewhere where they felt safe. But when they were out and
Yep.
about, especially if they were little kittens, the babies, and we kids would hold them and play with them, and then they'd be more apt to come up to us when they grew up and let us pet them and things. I mean, there were some that were nasty. We tried to get near them or something, and oh man,
They'd hiss and
hiss
spit.
and spit and claw.
Yep. There's still those cats today, too.
Mm.
Let's see if I can continue with your education. You looked around earlier and said, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Do you have any questions as to what is here so I can tell you so you can perhaps increase your knowledge?
Well, this is just a weird dwelling. I mean, how do you cook? How do you...
The stove is behind you.
I'm not... Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The tall thing there, which is not the stove.
This is the stove over here. I'm standing by
Okay,
the stove.
but what's it made out of? It's
Metal.
not pot bellies.
It's metal, but it runs on natural gas.
Natural.
It hasn't been discovered yet in your time.
Okay.
But it's actually a heat source, and also the heat source that heats this facility.
Okay.
So this has an oven on it for cooking down here.
Okay.
It has a vent up above for taking the fumes, the stinky stuff outside. And this one has a griddle built into it. So we can cook stuff on a griddle. We can put pans on the heat burners and turn them on, and that's what it makes the heat to boil water and stuff.
Okay.
Any other questions about this?
Well, okay, I recognize that there's cupboards around
Yeah.
but that's a hell of a lot.
Yeah, that's okay. Sarah's vocabulary is a lot more intense than that.
So it's okay for
Yes, it's
a
fine.
woman to use these words.
Yes, it is.
A lady would never.
In this society, it is fine. Yes, there's a lot of cupboards behind.
And there's this. Okay, that's kind of like a table, but it's closed in.
This thing I'm touching now, rub my hand over.
Yeah.
This is actually on wheels, so we can push it around if we have to. It has a drawer in it.
It's a mobile cupboard.
Yep, there's a drawer in it, and we store our knives in here. And down here is two doors that open up. And in here, some of our cooking appliances.
Oh, that's weird.
There's a mixer in here that'll mix all different types of foods up for us. And there's a blender this is the mixer over here. And this is the blender over here.
Okay.
Blender will mix up things in a liquid state.
Oh.
The mixer will mix up stuff so we can make pies and cookies and things like that.
Instead of having to stir it up
Yep,
yourself
it does
and then
all the
roll
stirring.
it out.
Well, we still have to do the rolling, but it does all the stirring.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
that
where all
would
that
be
stuff
easy.
is. Oh, it's a lot easier. Anything else?
Well, it's up against something.
Yes, this is what we call our island. It's a big mobile. It's not mobile, but it's a large storage unit with a counter on top.
A counter.
The counter is a hard surface similar to the table surface.
Oh, okay. You
But-
didn't mean somebody like a bean counter.
No,
right?
no. It's a hard surface. And this has 3 drawers in it and 3 cupboards also between the top surface and the floor.
Well, just how much equipment do you need to cook and eat?
Today's society, it's technology, baby. The more the merrier is what some people say.
Oh,
Yeah, this is just for storage. In here we have our pots and pans, different size of pots and pans, and skillets. And
that I can see.
that's basically all that's in here.
Well, that makes sense.
And we also have our medicines. I have my medicines here. She has hers.
Medicines?
Yeah,
Why do you need medicines?
to fix health issues that we have.
I mean, I know that's what medicines are supposed to
Like-
do, but
The disease that killed you is preventable today because of medicines.
oh,
I have asthma, which is a mucus buildup inside the bronchia of the lungs. I also have high blood pressure and a bunch of other stuff. So I take medicines to regulate those for my body so I can continue
Okay.
living in a
Alrighty.
decent status. These other two drawers, one contains utensils. Well, they both contain utensils. One's utensils for eating, and the other is utensils for preparing and dishing out foods
okay,
that we cooked.
yeah,
Directly behind is a tall white thing.
yeah. I saw that.
It's,
It's white.
this is way before. This is way after you too. After you, well, in the 1880s, 1900s, there was something known as an ice box for keeping things cold. Like
Wow.
a root cellar.
Okay.
That was made out of ice. This is our root cellar. This is a refrigerator that keeps things cool so they last longer. All types of foods and stuff we can put in here, and they last for a long period of time.
Huh.
And above it is a freezer, which actually turns water into ice. It's like outside in the wintertime, but a small little box up above that keeps everything cold and frozen.
Huh.
So a lot of our food is prepared that way, and then frozen we can buy, and then stick it in the freezer. And to your right is a little white box. This is something that's been available
Oh.
in the last 50, 60 years. It's called a microwave. It uses a variation of light to heat water molecules, which in turn cooks food. So
Well,
this is
that's magical.
this is a fast food cooker. Very fast. You cook something on here, put it in, and we'll cook it in here. This takes about a quarter of the time to cook something in here as it does here or in the stove. Some of the food we buy cooked in the stove for an hour and a half. In here, 20, 30 minutes it's done. So it's actually a nice thing. More cupboards underneath. More cupboards up above. And more cupboards the whole way along, including the kitchen sink. Which is where we wash dishes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think my mind is boggled,
Okay. I was going to ask if you wanted me to, I could guide you around to take a look.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of thought it was it when you said boggled.
Yeah, So where do you keep your horses?
Keep my what?
Horses.
We have none. We have internal combustion engines that drive cars.
You mentioned that before. What the heck is that?
Can you see through this clear stuff?
Oh, well, that's glass. I know
Yeah,
what
can you
glass
see through
is.
the glass? See the things?
Oh,
See the metal things sitting outside?
yeah.
That is Sarah's Jeep. It uses gasoline,
What's
which is an oil product which hasn't been discovered yet in your time. And beyond it is my truck, which also runs on that.
Okay.
Right now, they are working on electric vehicles.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, people still have horses, but they're not really for work. They're for enjoyment. They're just for riding when you want to ride. And also racing.
Wow. Well, racing. Everybody races their horses. Jeez.
Yeah.
People place bets on it.
Yeah, they still do that too.
It's not
And
necessarily a good thing.
Our water does not come from a place we have to walk to get. The water is pumped into each house. All we need to do, if you can follow me for a moment, come over here.
Yeah.
We have a faucet that we just turn on, and we have water. So water's available in every residence in
What
America.
happens if too many people use the well in it?
The water is stored in a huge tanks up in the air. And we live about a mile from a large lake. In fact, a mile from several large lakes where the water is pumped from into those big towers that provide the water for everyone else. Speaking of water, would you like a drink?
Yeah.
It is right here.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, I won't push it away so I don't
Okay,
knock it over.
have
Oh,
it.
that
You
scared me.
drank a
I
good bit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
It started to rise.
Yes, it did.
Ooh, I mean, there's enough weirdness around here.
Also, we don't have an outhouse.
What do you do? Just go in your yard?
Nope. In addition to water flowing from the tap, we have a toilet, which allows us to do our business in, and then with the push of a lever, water flushes it, washes it down, a bunch of pipes, into a sewage system, which then goes to a plant that cleans it up and releases the water back into the water to drink. Gray water.
You drink your poop water?
It's gray water. Well, yes and no. Everything is so heavily processed anymore. And it even gives us the ability to take a tub bath by turning on a tap with hot water and cold water, and taking what's known as a shower, which is man-made rain. That's the best way I can think about explaining it.
Okay.
Sarah takes showers, I take tub baths. It's about everything that I think will bring you up to speed.
Yeah, I think I've had enough.
Yeah.
More than enough.
Hopefully it doesn't frighten you away.
I don't feel frightened, just overwhelmed.
Okay.